Verizon recently issued their own Verizon Visa credit card. And at first glance, this card looks really impressive. Now, not only does this card offer $100 statement credit when you sign up for this card, they're also going to give you a monthly deduction on your Verizon bill up to $10 a month. But it also has some ridiculous multipliers attached to this card, especially for a no annual fee credit card. So the first thing you're going to get is you're going to get 4% cash back on all gas station purchases. And then you're going to get another 4% cash back on all grocery stores. 3% cash back on dining. That's both dining in and takeout, so we're still on lockdown, so things like Uber Eats, Postmates, and Grubhub would still trigger this 3%. And then you're going to get 2% cash back on your Verizon bill if you pay this bill with your Verizon credit card, and 1% cash back on all other purchases. So with this $100 statement credit for sign up, and then $10 a month off your Verizon bill, and some ridiculous multipliers for a no annual fee credit card, surely this credit card is going to be one of the top credit cards on the market right now, right? Unfortunately, once you start digging a little bit deeper, I'm actually not a big fan of this credit card. So in the rest of the video, I'm going to go into the details of why I don't like this card, as well as some alternatives if you're looking for something similar. So why do I not like this Verizon Visa card? It sounds so perfect, at least on the surface. Well, the first thing that you got to realize is that you have to be a Verizon customer in order to apply for this credit card. So if you use anybody else, if you use Sprint or AT&T or whoever else it is that you guys are using, then this credit card is useless. You actually cannot apply for this credit card unless you are a Verizon customer. And the next thing you got to realize is that you're actually not earning straight cash back. You're actually earning Verizon dollars. Now, the good news is Verizon dollars have a fixed rate of redemption. One Verizon dollar is equal to 1 penny. So if you're getting 4 Verizon dollars as cash back for these miscellaneous categories, that's essentially the same thing as earning 4% cash back, except you can only redeem these Verizon dollars at a Verizon store or by paying your monthly Verizon bill. Now, the fact that you can only spend these Verizon dollars on your Verizon bill or at the Verizon store, it may not be the end of the world, at least if you are a Verizon customer, which you have to be in order to apply for this card, because a Verizon bill is typically somewhere in the neighborhood of, I don't know, 70, 80 bucks a month. So it's very unlikely that you're going to rack up enough of these Verizon dollars in a given month where you're going to be able to pay your Verizon cell phone bill in full, and then you have these extra points left over that you just don't know what to do with. The amount of spend that you would have to put on this credit card each and every month in order to get 70 or 80 bucks worth of cash back or Verizon dollars is much, much higher than your average spender is actually going to put on this card. But alright, whatever, it earns Verizon dollars, but at least it has that $100 sign-up bonus. Well, the sign-up bonus is actually prorated over the next 24 billing cycles. So you're actually going to get a deduction, a credit on your Verizon bill for the next 2 years. And if you divide that $100 credit over a 24-month period, that's only a reduction of about $4.17 per month. So you're not getting that sign-up bonus all at once. It's getting spread out over the next 2 years. And at the end of the day, I get it, money is money, but I'd rather have my money up front as opposed to slowly spread out over a 2-year time frame. But then you're also going to get a $10 statement credit when you pay your Verizon bill with this Verizon credit card. Like, that's worth it right there, right? Well, not exactly. You see, it's up to $10. It might be $5 or it might be $10 depending on which particular plan that you have. In addition, you could already get this $5 or $10 credit as long as you enroll in auto pay with them. The catch is that you couldn't use a credit card for this auto pay method. This is the only credit card that triggers that $5 or $10 statement credit. But if you had a debit card or direct link to your bank account, you could always have gotten that statement credit. So realistically, this $10 statement credit doesn't move the needle one way or the other because you could have already gotten this $10 statement. So it's sort of a fake benefit in a lot of ways. It is a benefit, but not very much of one. So previously, if you had it set up where you had this, I don't know, $80 a month cell phone bill directly taken out of your bank account, then you wouldn't get any benefit out of that. You wouldn't get any points or cash back or anything like this. But now by being able to put that $80 bill on your Verizon Visa credit card as opposed to simply taking it out of your bank, you are going to be able to get 2% cash back on that $80. So in that regards, you're going to get about $1.60, give or take, per month in cash back that you would not have otherwise gotten. But that's not enough just to get the card on its own. Now when it comes to those multipliers, 4x on gas and groceries, 3x on dining, 2 for Verizon, and 1 for everything else. That is actually pretty fantastic for a no annual fee credit card. But once again, you're earning Verizon dollars. And so what happens if you no longer want to use Verizon? Well, if you cancel your Verizon cell phone account, you actually automatically lose all of your built up Verizon dollars. And while you can still use this credit card, it's not going to magically shut off. However, it's not going to earn you any rewards. So at that point, it is literally the worst credit card that you could possibly use because it has no benefits whatsoever. And this can be problematic for a couple of reasons. So it's already frustrating being locked into long-term cell phone contracts, right? Maybe technology changes or you move to a different location where maybe Verizon doesn't have good cell phone coverage at your new location. Or maybe Sprint or AT&T, they come out with a new system and the speeds are significantly faster or cheaper. So by getting this credit card, you're locking yourself even more into the Verizon program. And I guess if you really like Verizon, that's not such a bad thing, but you never know what's going to happen in the future. In addition, I think that using these big cell phone companies like Verizon is a little bit ridiculous to begin with, especially when you consider that you can get pretty much the exact same service with a MVNO, a mobile virtual network operator, for a fraction of the price. Usually anywhere from $10 to $25 a month for unlimited, depending on where you live and what provider you go with. Now this card does have a few good redeeming qualities, especially if you are a big Verizon fan. If you know that you're going to stick with this particular company for the long term, then this card might be decent for you. And one of those decent redeeming factors is that these cashback categories do not have a spending cap to them. And that's big because a lot of credit card companies have started scaling back these really high multipliers because they realize that it's really easy to abuse some of these credit cards. So this card is going to get that 4x points on gas, and that's with no limit. So if you're somebody, maybe you own your own trucking business, or you drive for Uber or Lyft or something like that, and you use a lot of gas, then 4x points can start to add up. And the same thing can be said for groceries. Groceries is one of the biggest spending categories that most families have. And so this could compete with cards like the American Express Blue Cash Preferred that offers a massive 6% cash back at grocery stores, but it's capped at $6,000 a year. So that's only about $500 a month. And this card has a $95 annual fee. So if you are somebody that spends an unusual high amount of money in some of these categories, it can be a decent card simply because it doesn't have a spending cap attached to it. So what then are some good alternatives to this Verizon Visa credit card? Well, I guess the first one is sort of a no-brainer. It's one of the more popular cards at the moment, and that's going to be the Wells Fargo Propel card. Now, this card offers 3% cash back on groceries, 3% on travel, 3% on streaming services, and dining. So in that regards, it does have some pretty good overall multipliers. It has 1% less cash back in gas, and you are losing that entire grocery category. but you are picking up 3% in travel. So that's going to be things like airline tickets, Uber rides, hotel stays, that kind of stuff. So it kind of depends on how much you're traveling. And you're also getting that 3% streaming service. But most people don't really spend a ton of money on streaming services. You know, Netflix is, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks. So getting 3% cash back on that probably isn't that big of a deal. But the Wells Fargo Propel card has a $200 sign-up bonus as opposed to the $100 over the next 24 months. So just simply by getting an extra $100, that's going to take a lot of extra gas at that 1% less cashback card in order to make up for this $100 worth of sign-up bonus. In fact, you'd have to spend about $10,000 in gas on the Verizon Visa card to make up for the fact that the Propel card simply has an extra $100 sign-up bonus. And if you were looking for some grocery cash back, you could get something like the Blue Cash Every Day from American Express, and that's going to get 3% on the first $6,000 per year, and that's a no annual fee card. Or you can spend that $95 annual fee like we talked about earlier and get 6% cash back up to $6,000 per year. And another strong contender to compete with this Verizon credit card is going to be the Citibank Costco Anywhere credit card. And just like the Verizon card, it's going to offer you that 4% on gas, 3% on dining. You do lose the 4% for groceries, but you pick up 3% for all travel, and you get 2% back at Costco. Now, you're probably shopping and doing all of your grocery shopping at Costco anyway if you have a Costco credit card, and so you're really only losing 2%, 4% for the Verizon as opposed to 2% at Costco when it comes to your groceries. So in that regards, it has very similar multipliers. The only difference is you're going to get 2% less in groceries, assuming you buy it at Costco, but you are going to pick up that 3% for all travel. That's going to be airlines, hotels, all that stuff. So it just kind of depends on what your spending habits are going to be. Now, unfortunately, the Costco card does not come with a sign-up bonus, and you do have to be a Costco member in order to apply for the Costco credit card. So either of those cards are going to be strong contenders to compete with the Verizon Visa card. I would say go with the Costco card if you actually have a Costco membership and you do all of your grocery shopping at Costco. Otherwise, the Wells Fargo Propel card is just an all-around stud of a credit card that literally anyone can use. And that's nice because being locked into long-term contracts, or even worse, now being locked in with a long-term credit card for these cell phone companies is terrible. So that's going to do it for us, folks. If you are running any other setups to compete with the Verizon Visa card, be sure to comment down below. I'd love to see what your system is. As always, consider subscribing, and I'll see you all again next time. Thanks.